Welcome, everybody. This is episode 38 of the Next Generation of Superstars. Very grateful to have Keith White here, who plays lacrosse and defense at Bowie State University. He's originally from District Heights, Maryland. Pleasure to have you on the show, man.
Yes, welcome. I'm blessed to be here. I'm blessed to be here with you. I'm blessed to be here to see and say hi to everybody. I'm blessed to be here and have the opportunity to do this and be able to talk to people and also upright everybody.
I love it. I love it. So tell us and our audience a little bit about what kind of sparked your passion, and really love for the game of lacrosse growing up.
So growing up, I started playing lacrosse in high school. I started playing lacrosse with my coach Louis. I had nothing in lacrosse. I didn't know what to do. I had no sense to it. But playing the game, it created more passion to it because I started interacting with my teammates, more interacting with my fans, and people I don't even know knew who I was. And I started playing, so I was like, "Whoa, how is this? So international? Is it because lacrosse, even though everybody thinks it's small, it's actually a big sport. Nobody knows it's a big sport. Secretly, it's a big sport. Everybody watches lacrosse. I know everybody think baseball's top, football's top, basketball's top. Lacrosse is up and coming.
I love it.
Lacrosse it builds men and builds women. It's a building sport. After lacrosse, like play lacrosse, yeah, but trust me, it's more than just lacrosse when you're playing it. It will teach you how to be on time to things. It will teach you how to make sure you make a little time to work. When you're playing lacrosse, you will be taught discipline.
100%. No, it's awesome, and I think that's great because a lot of people think of basketball and baseball and football and all those sports that everyone's kind of attracted to right off the bat. But when you think about lacrosse, it is starting to become such a widespread sport,
Right.
and for you to really find that passion and learn similar skills of discipline and hard work, and really just finding all different ways that you can translate that into your personal life and business life, which is awesome. And what kind of going off what you said there about had a great coach in high school. Has there been any other mentors or coaches that's kind of help shape your path and kind of help you master your craft of the game?
Well, I'm gonna say it was District Heights. I used to play for a Pee Wee team named District Heights Chiefs. The coaches there really did a very good job on it. They taught me self discipline because growing up, I never had self discipline. I was young. I never knew what I was doing. Because when you're getting older and you've been in a household with people that doesn't really treat you right and you don't know what to do, to coming, thank God, my grandparents giving me to these coaches, Coach Horace, Coach Mike, Coach Rashid, going to high school, Coach Lou, and going to Bowie State, Coach Will, Coach Joe, and the most important coach, the head coach of Bowie State University lacrosse, which I'm really, really thankful. I'm heavily thankful that he's here because he's been doing a lot. He's been doing a lot for Bowie State. He's been doing a lot of talking, which his name is Coach Brian. And the thing why I mention these coaches because they're really into dedicated with their players, very dedicated. If you don't know something, they'll teach you, and they'll take the time out of their day to teach you and make sure you know what to do. But back to my district heights coach. So I didn't know how to play football or lacrosse because I play football as well or lacrosse. So they taught me in a football mindset because basically nobody knows football is the same thing as lacrosse but with a stick in your hand. So
Right.
I used to play guard, like the guard and D tackle. Same thing. You got to position yourself right. I taught self position. They taught me that. Since
That's
I've been
awesome.
taught self position and discipline, this is why my coaches in college right now in the high school had no problem with me there. No talk back. I go, yes, sir. What's the game plan? Tell me the game plan. Tell me what it is. Let's go. This number I got to worry about. Okay. This is what I'm checking. Okay. Done deal. Don't got to say nothing else. That's all they got to say. I get that from growing up, from District Heights.
That's
The thing
awesome.
is, when you're taught self discipline from really great coaches that actually put time into actually teaching their players, it really will make something magical happen. That's how players become in the pro. That's how, let's say, Navarro Bowman became who he is coming up from District Heights. That's how KD became who he was coming up from District Heights.
Yep.
People took time to teach these players what discipline is and what self discipline is. Since now they got it, they like, okay, coach, tell me a number, give me a number. That's it. That's what we do. Okay, bet. Consider it done. Have it done right then and there. No talkback, no nothing. I got you. All I need is game plan, what the play is. You don't have to worry about nothing. And when they forget a play, they do just like what I do. I forgot that play. Okay, I punish myself. You have to do it, and then After practice, I will practice that play 50 times more to make sure I get it right.
Yep. Yeah, that's incredible, Keith, and thank you for sharing that insight because I think discipline it's not only effective just in sports, but in the rest of your life and other aspects. And how has that helped you translate the discipline you've learned from your coaches and peers and teammates into just being a student athlete at Bowie State? How has that discipline helped you in your academics and social life? Really just organizing everything and trying to stay on top of everything as a student athlete.
So as since I had some discipline, I work at this Shoppers down the street. It's been this lady. She looked at me. She says, "Okay, I love seeing hardworking men." And I told her I really appreciate she was taking the time out to really saying that. She was like, "Whoa, you're very polite." She was like, "Who raised you?" I was raised by a community, and I was raised by my grandparents. She said, "A community," and I said, "Yes, ma'am," because it takes a community to make one. She says, "Okay." She says, "I wish my son was like you." I said, "Yes, ma'am," and he can be. It's never too late to change. And she says, "I like your lack of self discipline." I said, "Yes, ma'am. I always will have self discipline." She says, "I like you a lot." She goes, it's just these young men out here are just doing this dumb things. They're doing something they're supposed to do. And I see you really making a change for the generation. I said, "Yes, ma'am. I'm a role model to my community. There's little kids that look up to me every single day, all because I have self discipline. Me going to work, even my managers, they ask me one question, I get it right there. Yes, ma'am. Just like schoolwork.
Yep.
Same thing as schoolwork. Oh, don't worry about it. My teacher goes, I want this 12-page essay done at this day. I have it done way before the due date. It's done December the 12th. I had it done October the 1st. Oh, I got a project that's due in May. In the spring, oh, no, no. That project is not going to be done in May. That project is going to be done exactly as soon. What? Let's say, April, come on. First day of April was done. That project is way done before the due date. Having discipline really brings you a long way because since I had self discipline, it opened a lot of doors for a lot of people. As soon as I've been on campus, since I had self discipline and I'm always polite, even directors charge even talk to me. And I don't even know how they know my name. They go, because since you have self discipline, everybody will keep chirping. They'll keep talking about you. And it's going to go to the right people, and the right people going to see you because you're doing the right things.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, you're spot on, Keith, and thank you for sharing that story because that is so impactful and it really just describes not only just your discipline but your character as a human being and what you portray to the rest of the world and that's just incredible that you've done so far. Kind of getting into more of being a student athlete. You're living in an exciting time right now with NIL, but to start off with that, what's kind of been just your favorite part of being a student athlete and an athlete at Bowie State University right now?
Being a role model. Being a role model to not just, people on campus, but just to the whole state of Maryland. Being a role model of where I come from. Because everybody's looking at Maryland as, oh, that's a dangerous area. You come from there, I don't want to talk to you. But there's people here that actually want to be something in life. There's people here that want to, because you can make really good connections in Maryland and go out and be great. There's a lot of people here that actually went out. Chase Young, he one of them, he got out of here. Great. Stephon Diggs, great, got out of here. They did what they're supposed to do. They stayed focused and they had discipline.
Yep.
A lot of people never look at those things because they're role models. They did what they're supposed to do. And now, if you look at it, since they doing what they're supposed to do, now there's other people doing what they're doing, but in their own way.
Yeah.
Being a role model and being a motivational person and helping people, man, somebody watching you, like, there's somebody down the street right now. The little kid always texts my phone. I seen you go jogging the other day, 24/7. Hey, I want to be like you when I get older. I said, no, 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 no. You can be like me, but be like me in your own way. Never be a follower. Never be a follower.
Absolutely. Yeah, I know that's the truth, Keith, and that's so important as you become and you are this role model to the youth in your community is to showcase to the kids and that next generation of people that looks up to you that they can go and be their own person and own leader, and they might take some advice and wisdom from you because you have more experience in different aspects, but they can take that and use it in their own way.
Yep.
And going further into just this whole NIL era right now, what are your thoughts on the industry as it's been now 2 years, since the summer of 21? What are your thoughts on just NIL and how people like yourself as a student athlete can go and form their own brand, go and connect with, founders and CEOs, just like you're working with us at Burrs and other NIL opportunities. What are your thoughts on just how everything has evolved, in the past couple of years?
I think it's good because if you look at it, NIL was really opened up a lot of books for people. Let me see. What's his name? The guy that's with no, not Deshaun Jackson, not Deshaun Jackson. I forgot that guy's name, but it's a guy. He's right now playing with I forgot that old cornerback that played back in the day. He's really good, but this wide receiver, when I tell you, he has NIL deals going off the market. But the thing is, he's doing it and he's motivating other people to do it as well. When
Yeah,
people get NIL deals, they're motivating everybody because you got the little kids watching you, and the little kids are like, "Hey, look what he's doing. He's getting NIL deals and he's building his own brand. I want to do it too. I want to be
absolutely.
like that kid." What you're doing here is very spectacular because now you're making the other people want to stop drugs, stop drinking, stop all the alcohol, and come play sports, which is what you want. You want everybody to stop all that. The gun violence, they want to stop all that. They want to come play
Right.
sports now. Because if you come play sports, you get taught self discipline. You might not make it, but you'll make it in life. You might not go pro, but you'll go pro in life.
Right. Yeah.
That's the main thing that everybody's trying to do right now. And it's helping so many families right
Absolutely. Absolutely. And how is Keith, how has it helped just yourself right now as you've gone out and networked with people and grown your own personal brand as a student athlete? How has it really helped you, being part of this whole NIL era, the past few years?
now. It really helps me do a lot. Because, I'm in an area named District Heights, and, a lot of things went on. But seeing people see me evolve and go up greater every single day really put a smile on their face because it's like, I know that baby. I helped that baby grow up. And me seeing that baby's success is making me happy because I know he's going to come back and he's going to help me. There's one thing. When you get up there, never forget where you came from because there's always little kids that want to be in your shoes.
Absolutely.
Always. So them seeing you level up and you come back and help them, they're going to say, I want to stop all the bad things I'm doing. I'm going to start helping mom out. I'm going to stop talking back to mom and I'm going to listen to mom. I'm going to stop talking back to dad. I'm going to listen. I see my grandmother work and her back hurts. Her whole body hurts. My grandfather, he's very sick. He can't do that now. He's in the hospital bed upstairs. Me watching them, knowing that they got me at a bad air, me watching them, I'm like, it's okay. Because sooner or later, when I'm up there, I'm going to come back and I'm going to make sure you guys are fine. I'm going to make sure this whole neighborhood is fine. I already told my coworker that. He said, man, you're a strong guy. He said, just by seeing you, I can feel by your light that you do a lot. I said, oh, yeah, because I love this area I'm in and I love Maryland. And I'm never, ever going to just display it because there's a lot of little kids, a lot of people that need motivation to stop all the drug addiction, to stop all the alcohol, to stop all the gun violence, and come over to the good side and come play sports. Just
Absolutely.
need just need a little guidance. That's all it is.
It's true. That's true. And I'm praying that your grandfather, has a speedy recovery. But that's just spot on. And everything that you said there, Keith, is that it's really about bringing people into that whole community, showing them the discipline they can have to go and make a positive impact on their community and other people around them. What's kind of been your just your engagement so far of how do you engage with your fans and the youth that you said a lot of youth looks up to you as a role model? What are some of the ways that you try to interact with that, those fans and the youth that really look up to you?
Social media. Social media has been playing a big part in my role. Ever since I've been like posting on social media motivational quotes, me playing lacrosse, me playing football, me working out in the rain with cinder blocks, everybody has just been because social media is a platform that everybody be on. So that's the best way to post motivational things on to get people, to get hooked onto you. Ever since, I started lifting cinder blocks in the rain, putting quotes up there, people at my school be like, hey, you lift cinder blocks online, right? I like what you're doing. You're very motivational. I want you to keep doing it. I even had one person, she got bullied a lot. People keep saying, "Oh yeah, you're fat. I don't want you." Blah blah blah. She goes crying like, "Hey, I just want to go get fit like you." I said, "You can do it. Don't matter what nobody says. You can do it. No matter what anybody say. They're just saying it because they're just down there. Once you're up, they're gonna say, 'Oh, I deeply apologize for what I said. Remember what they did to you, but please don't discard them. Always keep your enemies close because you never know you can change them.'"
Absolutely. And I love how you're, post. I've seen that content you posted, all the motivational quotes and other stuff that you're posting on social media, because you never know what the person on the other side of that phone is looking at your social media, and that making their day or their year, or even changing the trajectory of where they're going in life, and putting them on the right track because of that one moment of you actually posting that type of content that was there to help them. And I think that's powerful, right? And living in such a digitalized world where everyone is so much more well connected with each other. You can be connected with someone in a totally different country and across the world, and still create that same bond and relationship. And that's something that you're learning at such a young age, and you're able to spread that awareness so more people can understand the power of a positive impact that you can have on people's lives.
Yes, sir.
That's incredible. That's incredible. And Keith, what about switching gears a little bit? Do you have any other passions or hobbies that you like to focus on when you do have some free time, away from your sport or from academics, or even socializing with your friends? What are other passions or hobbies that you like to pursue right now?
Animals. I love animals. I have a German Shepherd right here. Oh, he's sleeping. He's knocked out. His name is Max over there. I know you see him knocked out.
I know.
And
I saw your dog in the background. That's awesome.
he's sleeping. I got a gerbil right here. I love animals. One thing about animals is, I don't know, but they just really love me back. I'll be walking outside. It'll be a kitten or a cat come cry to me, asking for food. I'll give it food. And one time I was outside working out. A bird flew right here, just sat right here, just looked at me. I was like, "Oh, okay, you gotta go, buddy." It's just that, when you're doing great things, animals will see it. Animals will they will see. I have a deer walk up to me one time, and I was just confused. Because when you're doing good things in life, animals will want to be by you. And why I really love animals is because animals, if they feel comfortable around you, then you're really doing something good. Really doing something good. And I really love that because other than my major sports management, I do have something on the side which I do with animals to help animals to grow. Because at the same time, as you can help people, you can also help animals as well.
That's awesome. So that's a project that you use at a nonprofit that you started with helping animals.
Yes, sir.
That's incredible. That's incredible how you started that. And I think that's what a lot more, just athletes like yourself right now in this NAL world are starting to do, right? They want to go create their own, brand, whether it's a nonprofit or charity or just any type of organization that's to give a helping hand. And I think that's so impactful and powerful because now you're allowed to do that. And it should have been allowed, decades ago, but now here it
Right.
is. And you can go and create that foundation that can make a major impact because of the influence that you have to make a change. And I think that's really inspirational. And kind of going further off that, you said that you have that nonprofit. Are there any other future plans that you can kind of give our audience a sneak peek of really giving back to your community, whether it's in Maryland
I'm,
or anywhere else, of anything that you have in mind that you're looking to do in the future?
my future plans is I want to create a business where it's to help the homeless get off the streets, help them find jobs, help them get into their own houses, help them to actually get back on their feet. Because you never know, life can knock you down. It can knock you down a lot. I even watched a homeless man ask for money every single day, but all it took was one person. She granted him a job. He worked that job, got his own apartment, and I see him walk out the grocery store, and I'm like, you used to be homeless. Now look at you. You got back on your feet. All it took was one person. Think about it. If it takes one person to help one person, how about everybody helps one person?
Yeah.
If everybody can help one person, that help one person can help that person. Hey, I know somebody that's homeless. He's over there in the tent. Let's go help him. Let's get him to Chief's business. Let's get him to talk to customers so we can get him off the streets. We gotta get these people off the street because it's not helping. It's not helping the earth. It's not helping the environment, and it's not helping them as well.
Absolutely.
People are also dying every day from diseases. Like you got to think about this. Like nobody's doing anything to help people get off the streets. People are doing food drives, but what's that going to do? They're still on the streets. They're still starving. When it gets cold, frostbite. It's just hot right now. When it gets real cold, there's frostbite. It's gonna hurt. Nobody's really thinking about that. That's why after college, I want to make that happen. I want to make the big thing that nobody's really focused on doing happen. And not just in Maryland. I'm going towards DC. I want mine to expand across the world. That we're going to help get these people off the streets, get food in their belly, and get them a hard working job so they can live their life.
I love it. Keith, that's incredible. And we would love to be here to support anything that we can over at the Burst team to help you create that vision to reality. I think that's just unbelievable and a true inspiration for people that are listening right now, that they can go and start that, business or foundation or organization, whatever they want to do to make that impact that they want to create, that can really make a huge positive change in the world. And just like your passion for helping animals, your passion for helping the homeless, and really creating those visions into a reality and showcasing that people like yourself, anyone can make that difference if they actually just take those steps forward in making it happen.
Yes, sir.
And kind of wrapping up here, Keith, we've had a lot of great insights, and we appreciate your time right now. What's kind of been your main vision right now with your career? I know you're playing lacrosse at Bowie State. What's your big vision with your career, whether you want to take it to the professional level or kind of just go and start more businesses or different ventures? What's your big vision right now with your
My
career?
big vision is to go in because my big vision is to go pro in lacrosse or go pro in football and make these businesses and make this happen. Because once I'm pro, I can have the money and support. I can make this happen. That's my big vision, is to be great and make sure I carry out the legacy to be a role model for my city and my home. So they can come up and do the same thing as well.
I love it. I love it. Are you playing football too as at Bowie State as well?
I'm not playing football at Bowie. I'm doing semi-pro right now, and everything's going really good with that as well.
I love it. I love it. And kind of just recap what you said there. You said you want to either go pro in lacrosse or football, make your businesses into reality, and continue to be a positive role model for your community and the rest of the world. That's paying attention to your story, and that's all fantastic and incredible. And to kind of wrap things up here, we do this at the end of every episode. Keith, what are three pieces of advice that you would give to the next generation in the youth that looks up to you?
Three pieces of advice I would give them is to before you can crawl, you have to lay. Never lay. Always crawl so you can walk. Second piece I want to give to them is never look back. Always look forward. And the last piece I want to give to them is to always be great and to always work hard. Never hardly work.
I love it. And just to kind of recap that, you said always crawl so you can walk. You said number two, never look back, always look forward. You said number three, always be great and keep going forward. And
Yeah.
and that is incredible. And Keith White here playing defensive lacrosse at Bowie State University, originally from Maryland. We appreciate your time for being on the show. Everybody make sure to follow Keith all over social media. Stay tuned to his digital trading card that's releasing in a few weeks on Virtual Stacks, our partner platform. We're very excited to be part of your journey and help you bring all your dreams to reality. Thank you again for being on the show.
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity to let me be on this. I really appreciate this.
Absolutely.